Welcome back to today's video, the 7th ride. We're going to be doing some cruising lessons, which is recommended by Blue Rock Horsemanship, and we're also going to be doing some one-rein stops. So now that I warmed her up a little bit, kind of made sure she's going to go both ways, we're going to do the one-rein stops and practice kind of sitting back and down and saying whoa to get her to understand that when I sit, that's what whoa means. She's getting better at flexing to the right. She just has a habit of taking that head straight down right here and not even flexing her. She's still flexing herself. So I'm going to sit down, put my leg forward, and say whoa and pull her head in. Whoa. Good. Whoa. There. Wait till she brings her head in and then I'll release. Whoa. Good. Side. Whoa. Good. Oh. Good. Ask her for some backup here. I'm just going to keep pulling. There. Keep pulling. Good. Ask her to go forward. Good. Good. Pretty happy with that cruising lesson because she went more to the right than I thought she would. Just had to keep pushing her a little bit to keep going. I do still have a hold of the reins just in case she spits because she's still very, very green. If she does spook, I can slide my hand down and get her head in, but they're loose enough that she's picking her own direction. So I'm going to take her over here to the center and ask her to go off and let her pick her own direction. Put my elbows into my ribs so I know that I'm not moving my reins. Squeeze and ask her to go forward and we'll see which way she goes. She's not moving, I'm going to do it again. There.
I decided to leave this part in to show you kind of what we're working on. So when you guys have seen me back her up, it's been a seesaw motion. So I wanted to try and see what she would do if I just pulled straight back and held. Does she fight it? Does she brace? What does she do? So you can see her fighting it, bracing it a little bit here, and she softens her pull a little bit there, but she's still pulling against. And there she softened her pull really nice, but she's not taking a step back. So I just held just to see what she would do. And she's not doing anything, so you can see me wiggling the reins, and there she stepped back. So I want her soft, and I know it's going to take time, where I can just kind of pull back and she starts to back up. So I hold. If she doesn't do anything, then I wiggle the reins. But as you can see, every movement she does that's a step back, I put my hands forward to give her a release of pressure. So here I'm holding, there she backed up pretty nicely. So then what I started doing was kind of like a pull and release motion. I open and close my hands, kind of like a bumping motion rather than a seesaw, just to see how she would respond to that, and she seemed to respond really well to that. You can see bump, bump, bump here. I'm just kind of opening and closing my hands, and that causes the reins to loosen and tighten with my hands and make like a bumping motion, and she backs up a little bit easier with that. So I'm just trying to figure out what is she fighting, what is she being really soft to, what do I need to work on, how does she respond to different things. These are all things that I want to know about my horse. You know, how do they respond to different things? So I'm pretty happy with that. And she started to get to the point where as soon as she felt me pull back and start to open my hands, just right there, she started to back. So there, she just took her head down a little bit low, so I kind of bumped it back up. I pulled my reins back again. She's fighting. There, she stepped back. And here we do a little bit more backing, but then you'll see me move all over on her. And when I'm moving all over on her, I am just getting her desensitized to me being up there, just practicing tapping down by her shoulder. So if I ever have to put my foot in my stirrup with my hand, rubbing all over her butt, tapping all over her, just good things. So this is sort of the same thing, but what I'm now starting to do is ask her to move forward after backing her up, just to make sure that she's not going to lock her feet on me and only want to go backwards. So I walk her forward some, and then I back her up. And I still reward every time she does a step or two. And eventually I'll start asking for 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. But as of right now, we're just going to focus on a step or two. And so after we back up some, I will ask her to go forward or turn or flex and then move and just kind of unlock her feet. Some horses, when you start working on back up a lot, that's all they want to do is back up. So I'm just trying to prevent that by then asking here for her to go forward and unlock her feet and get forward motion on the mind rather than constant backup. I'm just practicing bending and turning here, making sure I can get her to go to the right nice and soft. And then I bring her back up to you guys. Ask her to stop and flex. Pick up that head, get it up here where it's supposed to be. And then we back up some more. So I'm just trying to unlock her feet.